Hi, this is not a very good hunting channel. Today I'm back out into the marsh. I'm gonna pick up my tree stand and stuff, but also gonna see about maybe finding a better location for it. But yeah, also wanted to do a bit of a update and a recap of last year. So stick around. So back in the marsh, I figured I'd grab my my tree stand before too much snow comes down. Yeah, we're supposed to be getting a bunch of snow coming up, so I wanted to get out here and get all that out of the way while I could still park my truck. So yeah, like I said, it's a bit of a recap video of you know the messed up 2024, and the biggest news was the losing of the camp. Now I had planned to come back up to the camp spot in the springtime because until it sold, the landowner said we could keep using the land like we had always been. But at the very, I think January 2nd, it sold. So we won't be doing that, which is unfortunate because that was pretty much like the only place my dad could get to. We could just drive up with the ATV and get into the ground blind and go for turkey. But yeah, so looks like that's out there. So we'll have to find out where else I can be going, let alone with my dad. So might be out of luck for that, but I should be okay for turkey hunting at some place. Might be able to hook up with a buddy of mine and go in one of the fields that he has permissions to hunt. So anyway, yeah, so 2024, kind of a bust hunting wise. Like I said, the losing of the camp was the biggest issue. Yeah, so if you haven't seen the other videos, I found out late summer that the property was going up for sale. Well, we already, we had figured the property was going up for sale soon, but the realtor had told the landowner that it'd be better for the sale if everything was gone out of the way. So we had to, pick up the camp and move it, get it out of the way. The neighbor was awesome, and he really helped us out. Because getting that out of there on our own or hiring a company to do it would have been expensive. So he's been a great neighbor the whole time my dad's been up there. So it was really nice, and he was able to actually take the camp itself. The trailer got hauled off, but the camp part that my dad built that attached to the trailer, he's going to repurpose it. So that's awesome. It still lives. But yeah, I got out a few times in this new spot, and it's my own fault. I should have been more prepared and have scouted more areas leading up to that. But yeah, I was kind of rushed. I found this place, and it had good good action during the rut. So I was looking at this as maybe a late season spot, but because of the marsh, the water rise up a lot, and it got harder and harder to get in here. So, and then especially with the cold weather, it was cracking through the ice and stuff, and it was a real pain late season. So, unless we get a really good cold spell that freezes all the ice, and then I can cross that to get out. I mean, I put the bridge down, and that's good for the one area, but leading up to that it got a lot deeper than what it was before. So, yeah, got out a couple times. Didn't see anything, but that's my own fault. I didn't make enough time during the rut. So 2025, I'll be setting aside some time, and I'll make sure to be out here during the rut. As far as waterfowl went, I was able to get out with my buddies for like the first time in forever, and got a new motor for the final attack. That thing worked great. Saw a couple, didn't get anything, didn't even get a chance to shoot. But I think the spot that we were at with my buddies was kind of, it was just where the local birds were, because it was still early season. And so because it was early season and I didn't get out anyways for the opening day, I think the birds were kind of gun shy, and so they stopped going to that part of the river. So didn't get anything then. And then the time I went out at the place that I had tried before, there was too many weeds, and I didn't adjust my motor properly for the height, so it was picking up a lot of weeds, and I barely got, I think I needed to be like 3 kilometers in the creek to where I had set up before, or where I wanted to set up. But unfortunately, I got halfway through and I was just too frustrated. The sun was coming up, so I made a stab at it and just set up there, and that didn't work out. A couple of wood ducks went by, but where I was set up, I was underneath some trees, and I by the time I reacted to go, shoulder my shotgun, I was in sticks and stuff, so I wouldn't be able to get a shot. So that was my own dumb fault. So again, crapped out on that. And then I got a chance to go out muzzle loader season, and walking in some fresh snow, trying to track some stuff in the big parcel that's a few kilometers away from here anyways. And that was really fun. It was nice. Fortunately didn't see anything, but it was nice to get out there and kind of, do an extra day of scouting in that area. Found a couple of cool spots, so maybe that'll be something that'll look good in the fall, or again muzzleloader season. But anyways, so that was basically 2024. So now 2025, I started the year, go take my tree stand down. But while I'm doing that, I wanted to see if I can manage. I got an idea for where I could put that stand. Now, today, I'm going to go take a look. Hopefully it'll work. If not, oh well, I'll keep it in the same spot. But the big thing is getting out here. The trees out here, they don't really lend themselves to a lot of cover for a tree stand. I don't exactly want to leave a ground blind out here, being public land, although it's pretty hard to get to. But still, I don't want to take any chances. So I want to move the tree stand into someplace I think will be like really, 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 really good. But I'm going to find out today if that's if that's feasible or not. So I'll get a move on here, and I brought some more salt. Like even in the wintertime. Oh, that's the other thing. I'm taking down my cameras too, because I don't want to leave them out the entire year, just to kind of save wear and tear and weather on them, just in case any water gets in and freezes and stuff like that. So I don't want to chance it. But been seeing the deer still coming to the salt lick, like the mineral lick area. mineral site. It's not a lake. I don't have one of those blocks out, but I brought some more salt. I'm going to add that, and yeah, and take down the cameras, and it'll go dark at the marsh for the time being, and then I'll come back in the spring and I'll set everything back up. So, all right, I'll get back out there and see you in a bit. What a beautiful spot. Okay, so those are the cameras. Guess I'll put this over there. Well, camera activated. That's a good sign. Okay, yeah, so back here, I just wanted to, so I'm grabbing my cameras and stuff, but I forgot to mention in one of my other videos, I picked up a cheap Amazon camera, just because I wanted to have some video footage, like the Spy Point cell ones that I have. They're the LTE ones, or micro LTE. They're the older ones, so they're not like the Flex where they can take video as well. So this one I picked up, and it was like $40 on Amazon. And yeah, I got a couple videos of some does walking by and some coyotes and stuff. I put it up late, so I'll have to make sure to get it out for next season, just so I can have some video footage of what's happening here when I'm not here. So, because it always seems to be the most action is when I'm not here. But yeah, so what I wanted to do in moving my stand, I'm gonna try something here. Well, I'll try. Here. Okay. I guess I can't flip you around from this view. Can I do that? No. Okay, I'll flip you around. So there's my stand now. Whoops, sorry. There's a stand in that tree up here, overlooking the mineral site, and the rest of the field. So the tree that I'm in isn't too bad. It has some cover left and right. Anything walking this way is blocked by that big cedar, or sorry, group of cedars. Now, from that direction, I'm a little bit exposed, but I have a lot of sticks over there, so it's not a bad spot. The problem with this, though, is let me get you up here. Is behind. So I'm pretty exposed behind here. Like I said, this has like one row of trees and then it's a bunch of brush. So back here I'm exposed. Okay, standing up's okay. So even though, you know, if I'm sitting down like this, so I'm sitting here watching this way. Not that I'm moving all that much, but anything behind me, I'm really exposed. I didn't think of that when I set the stand up. I was only thinking of what was in front of me. Wow, lots of snow's really coming down now. So yeah, because I'm really exposed in behind, not so much that side, but this is where I walked through, and there were trails back there, so they do move that. So for that reason, I kind of want to move the stand, but I really have few options. But one of the options, I hope, is moving it to where you can't see. Flip it around again. I'm gonna see if I can put it in that group of cedars where that wooden stand is built. I'm gonna try seeing if I can get it underneath the stand and hunt out of that. Okay, well, that is gonna be a project if I decide to do that. Back you up here. It is really tight in there. I don't really want to cut all this out so I can get my stand in here. There's another tree growing out the middle of it. Let me get out of here. And the snow is really coming down now. So I was hoping to get the ladder up and have the stand facing out this way. But yeah, I don't want to go near that. Getting into that. Getting into that is going to be a pain. Now that tree here splits off into two. Bunch of fencing and stuff here. But if I cleared that off and mounted my ladder stand, if I did my ladder stand to that might be clear enough. Have my stand, have the ladder down here going up to that one. I'd be looking out this way, which is good. I'm covered from there. But these ones, I'd have to do a lot of cutting. Trimming off of some of these branches to get a shooting lane in. How tall is that compared to this one? Yeah, so I think it would take me probably near that rung or the upper rung of the ladder here. I could probably have it in that. I'm covered all in behind here too, but that is dense. And I'm very close. I'm even closer than that. So if I wanted to take a shot here, I'd have to trim everything from under that and out. Like all of that would have to go. Yeah, I think that would take me to about there. Yeah, and I don't want to have the the ladder part. I don't want to have the ladder part going up from here because it's so close to when they're walking there. I want it back in that spot. Because that is a good opening, but I'm going to be looking this way. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to set it up against that that leg of the tree. Now looking up, why does it do that? No, okay, I don't know what that is. Anyways, so that'll be what I'm looking out at. But I'm a left-handed shot, so down here is a good angle. Over there, let's see, okay, from the tree. Over here is a good angle. Even if it's way at the other end of the field, I can get that too. So I can get all of this, and I barely have to move at all. Whereas when I'm up in the current stand location, I'm straight on here for the mineral site, which isn't bad because anything walking through, I can get it here. But anything over on that side, I'd have to wait for it to get here before I could take a shot at it, because I'd have to move to the left, and they'd probably see me because there's nothing in the way from there to there. I mean, I have that as the backdrop, but I'd still probably get seen. So I think having the stand in that tree there overlooking this would be good. But problem I'm running into is cover. So because whoever built this thing had to make their ladder, they cut a ton of the branches, so it leaves a bit of a void in the cover. There are some branches left, but that one I just pointed to, I think I'm gonna have to cut that down to get my stand in there to be able to sit down with my back against it. I think it's gonna come up right about there. So that's a decent chunk of cover that's gonna be cut out. So because that's gonna be cut out, I don't know how much. I mean, there's still lots of tree branches around for the cedar. It's still going to be lots of cover, I hope. There's also the entire tree behind me is still intact with lots of cedar branches or boughs or whatever, still able to cover me. But again, I'm 5 yards from my tree stand to, well, even that rub. Like I'm right close to the rub too. Frig. That's pretty much the only 2 trees I can hook up to over there. I can't get in between it. I was thinking of trying to get in between it and go to this back tree here, but then I'm trying to shoot through all this. Like, that's too much to get through. Even this is going to be a bit of a pain, but I'll get that stand up there and see how it is, just as like a test fit. So. Okay, I'm up here. I moved the stand. The base isn't really secure. It's kind of propped up against a rock. So when I come back in the summer or the spring, when I come up to put up the stand again, I'll have to try to dig out some other rocks and make a more level base. Everything's frozen to the ground here, so I was able to get one rock pried up, and I put it down underneath the last rung. So again, I'm probably only 12 feet high, but I'm right underneath the height of the previous stand. I'm very, very, very protected. So that's the side I was worried about being able to see me. And as you can see, there's lots of cedars in the way. Lots of brush. Same thing over here. And then down there is where the rub and the scrape was. So now I had to cut one limb. It's behind my shoulder. I had to break that off because I could not sit down. There was no way for me. I'm still even kind of propped up against that guy. It isn't too bad. I can hang my arm around it. Now, for an extended sit, I don't know if that's going to be a problem. But this branch, that's the branch that I have my arm resting on to the tree. It's propping up a bunch of the cover. So I had to cut that out. So this is what I'm looking through, which is pretty good. That's pretty nice. I mean, I might trim some of this stuff when I come back to put the stand back up. I'll bring my my extendable pruners, and yeah, so that's the one I cut off behind me, and it has a bunch of good cover for me. That'll cover my legs. My legs are right here. So anything walking down that way is not going to be able to see up through that. Yeah, so I think this is pretty good. I can see the mineral site over there. So again, it's probably a 30-yard shot. But yeah, all this cover in front of me, I want to keep most of it. The only thing is that if they're walking along this edge, coming that way, I've got nowhere to take a shot. It's way too covered up here. But if they get out even 10 yards, I should be able to get it. Again, though, I might want to make a shooting lane here. There, I'm not so worried about. I want to keep the cover here so that anything coming this way, I'm pretty covered. But right here, directly on, if something's coming this way or something's coming this way close, I want to be able to get a shot at it. So when I come back, I'll trim that up. But yeah, so that's it. We got the stand up in a good spot. So I'm happy with this location. Now, the trick is to get it back up again in the same spot so that I'm not fighting any of these branches. But I don't see it to be a big problem. It didn't take very long, and most of the hard work is done. I've trimmed a bunch of stuff, and I've made a good route to bring it back in through this brush. Anyways, thanks a lot, guys. As always, thank you so much for watching and subscribing and sharing it, commenting. I am doing my best to get out to do some more updates for the gear I've been using. I know a lot of you have been asking about the AIM-FAD incinerator. I just haven't got a chance to put it to the test so far this year. Well, last year, because when I was hunting, it wasn't cold enough. And then when it was cold enough, I'm mobile. I'm walking through a bunch of trails and stuff, so I can't be wearing that. I'll be sweating my ass off in no time. So what I'll do is I'll try to get out when it's a little bit colder, and do like another extreme cold weather test and see how it stands up compared to the Fanatic when I did it the other year. Thanks again so much, guys, for watching, and I hope you're having a good off season. So we'll see you soon, and take care.